Hello and welcome back to Mystery in Time. If you're new here, my name is Anne, and on this channel we look into some of the world's most historical cold cases. And I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you to everybody who subscribed, given the video a thumbs up, viewed the video and joined the Facebook page and sent messages of support. I really do appreciate it. So let's get everybody up to speed if you haven't viewed the first video. We have just discovered the body of a young girl at the bottom of the Manhattan well on Lispenard Meadows. The cold and lifeless body of young Elma Sands has been carried from the well and now lies stretched out on the coroner's table in a building adjacent to the Manhattan Jailhouse, her eyes staring endlessly up at the ceiling, her soul long since departed. Two gentlemen, experienced doctors by trade, now stood next to young Elma's body. They have been called to attend the coroner's jury in order to carry out a detailed examination of the corpse they now find lying before them. Which reminds me, we have an inquest to attend to. I'll see you there. Good evening, gentlemen. Investigator for the Mystery in Time team. Could you explain to our viewers what you found when you examined Elma's body?
I was called upon by the constable to attend the coroner's jury. When I came in, I saw the body lying on the table. Right there, I saw some scratches and a small bruise on the knee. The body was then dissected. I saw no extravasations of blood. I saw no spots on the neck. I saw a little spot upon the breast, which my thumb could have covered. I saw no marks of violence, or no appearances. But what might be accounted for, supposing she had drowned herself?
Interesting. Can you tell me if there had have been any remarkable spots on the neck? Would you have noticed them?
I should. I examined particularly. I was called for that very purpose.
And finally, Dr. Prince, was Elma's neck broken?
It was not. Nor was there any dislocation.
Dr. Mackintosh, you were present during the inquest as well. Would you like to tell us what your examination revealed?
I was called upon, along with my esteemed colleague, Dr. Prince, on the 3rd of January last to attend the coroner's inquest on the body of Elma Sands. And I was desired particularly to examine and see if she was pregnant. There were no marks of violence, and we discovered to the satisfaction of the jury that she was not pregnant. It was suggested by some of the jury that her neck might be broken. I examined it and found that it was not, nor were there any dislocations. It seemed as if the knee had been injured by falling on coarse ground. There was a spot on the breast, but there were no marks of violence sufficient to have occasioned her death. I have been in custom of examining many a drowned person, and have often seen livid marks of the skin, such as I saw in this instance. I took it to be the effect of suffocation rather than anything else.
Could you tell us, Dr. Mackintosh, would that produce a ring of spots around the neck?
Why, if the body was gangrene, it would no matter. It might do, it might not.
If the hand had been hurt by a blow, would you have seen and noticed it?
Oh, undoubtedly I should have.
Could you tell us, was there any water in the body?
Oh, a small quantity, but very little is sufficient to drown. There would have been about a quart.
Would a spoonful be sufficient to drown someone?
Oh yes, unless it could be thrown up by the effect of a cough.
Suppose Elma had been killed first and then put into the well. Would her body have had water in it then?
It might.
Is it your opinion, sir, from all that you have seen, that her death was occasioned by drowning?
Oh, it is. It is.
It was important that we heard what Dr. Prince and Dr. Mackintosh had to say to establish a fact that is commonly misunderstood. The marks of violence on Elma's neck were simply not there at the time she was pulled from the well. When Elma was taken from the well on the 2nd of January 1800 and transferred for a post-mortem examination, which took place on the 3rd of January, there were no marks around her throat. There were no marks of violence. That is absolutely vital for us to remember. Yet on the 6th of January, many witnesses say there were. Dr. Main, who was also called as an expert witness by the counsel for the defence, even though he had not examined or seen Elma's body, nonetheless said something very true during his testimony. Persons will vary extremely in the accounts they give, as well as in the conclusions they draw from appearances. An experienced person of good judgment might discover upon inspection whether bruises made upon the body were done before or after death, and that is what we have just established. I want to take a look next week at 3 further gentlemen who also gave evidence at Levi Weeks' trial: Dr. Richard Skinner, Dr. James Schneider, and Dr. David Hossack. Now, if you're following the case, as always, I will link the entire trial in the description box down below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, turn on that notification bell so you know as soon as the next episode comes out. Until then, as always, be safe, stay well.